Hey, good people. Happy Thursday. It is time to dive into AI with Meredith. Um, how are y'all doing? I'm excited that you guys are here. It has been a great week so far, and I am excited to be back here with you all. So, it's Friday Eve. I'm looking forward to the weekend, but before we head into the weekend, um, it's been a good week. And I have been busy on TikTok and Instagram and YouTube sharing all the ways that you can use AI, particularly ChatGPT, in work and business, how it can help you be more efficient, improve your bottom line, save you time, save you money. So I'm excited to dive into that with you guys tonight. I invited a couple people that said that they were interested. So the couple of TikToks that I posted so far. So I'm kind of new to TikTok. I mean, I'm not new, but I'm new to posting over there on a consistent basis. So if you're on TikTok, holla at me. I'm at Meredith Hurston on TikTok. So it's just my name. So find me over there and happy to engage with you there and thank you for subscribing. But I mostly spend most of my time on YouTube. That's kind of where I want to focus. So if you're on YouTube, for sure to subscribe to me there as well. I appreciate all of your likes and subscribes and comments and questions that you guys leave down in the chat. I'm always excited to engage with you guys and teach as much as I know about AI. So, as I mentioned, going to be talking about um, how you can use ChatGPT for work and business tonight. But I just kind of wanted to remind you or share with you that the reason why this is week 11 of 12. So next week is the last week of season 1. I might be sad. I'm going to miss hanging out with you guys and sharing what I know and answering your questions. But the reason why I do this is because I really firmly believe in the power of artificial intelligence. I really believe in ChatGPT. I think it's amazing. It has saved me a lot of time, saved me money in my business. So I want to share that knowledge and share this resource with as many people as I can, particularly my Gen Xers. I want us to learn how to use AI to make work, business, and our personal life more efficient. I plan to share tips and demonstrate how you can use AI tools and help you guys get meaningful and useful results out of ChatGPT. And my goal is actually to teach 10,000 Gen Xers how to use these tools. So if you are on board with that, give me a cheer down in the comments because I'm looking forward to working with people. I have some prompt guides that are available. I'm going to start doing office hours. I have a master class coming up. Actually, I have a master class coming up on Sunday for Midjourney, but I'm also going to be doing a master class on ChatGPT. But before I do that master class on ChatGPT, I want to get feedback from you guys on your specific questions, like what challenges you have, like if you need like a basics like one-on-one, like how do I even get started using ChatGPT? What can I use it for? Let me know your questions and comments, and I am going to put together a masterclass for you. Hey, Leanna, how are you tonight? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Uh-oh, I gotta get my comments bigger. Is that bigger? There we go. All right. How are you this evening? Um, So I was just kind of introducing the topic for tonight. So a little bit of housekeeping before I get into ChatGPT and the other stuff that I have to share. Let me show. Let me share this announcement. That's not right. I want to share this screen. Let me see. How do I share? I want to share the other screen. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to come. I'm gonna have to do it this way. So I want to do, because I'm going to be speaking on November 11th, and I want to invite you guys to check that out. So I'll do it this way. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to be speaking at the Tech to Profit Summit for non-techies. On the summit is taking place November 10th and 11th, and you can register at techtoprofit.com. And I will post. Let me post that here. Did I lose it? Oh man. I got to get it together with my ecam, but I'm going to drop it in the chat. So you can register at techtoprofitsummit.com. And I am going to be speaking about using artificial intelligence and ChatGPT at the summit. So I look forward to having you guys be there with me. It's going to be Saturday, and the summit is free to attend. So it is hosted by Miss Leticia Austin of the Mobile Sophisticate. So I hope that you guys are able to join for the Take to Profit Summit. I participated in one of the summits last, I think over the summer, and it was really fun. A lot of good information was shared. So that was about preparing for Black Friday. So, Black Friday is coming up in what, like 3 weeks? So we had to start working on Black Friday preparations back in, was it July or August? I can't remember. But quite a while back, like if you wanted to be sure you were, ready for go time, which is now, November, you needed to be doing that preparation back in the summer. So I will be presenting there. We're going to be talking about getting ready for 2024 so we can go into 2024 with a bang. All right. Let me see. Let me get this off of the screen. All right. Boy, boy, boy. I don't know. I need I'm gonna have to get me an assistant to help me with my live streams because I do not know what is happening. My background is gone. Lord have mercy. But anyway, we are going to carry on. So, all right. Let me get into um what we're talking about tonight. So, I created a prompt guide for you guys because I have been posting on my Facebook and people have been telling me that they aren't really sure how to get started. Oh, there's my background. Okay. People have been telling me that they aren't really sure how to get started with ChatGPT, or like they don't know how to communicate with it. They don't know how to get the most out of it. So what I did was I created a prompt guide for people to get started with ChatGPT to help set them up for success to get the most out of it, as it pertains to working professionals as well as like business owners. So I'm going to share a little bit of that with you guys, and you have to be on my email list because I am going to be making this available on my email list, and I'm going to be giving away one for free um, to one of the subscribers on my email list. So if you are not on my email list, head over to bit.ly right here, bit.ly/dive into AI, and you will be able to get on my email list. And that is, you're going to get the notification when I drop this prompt guide. So, and I'm going to be randomly drawing a winner from my email list to give them this prompt guide for free. But I'm going to be launching this prompt guide tomorrow. So make sure that you are on my email list so that you can get access to that. So again, it's bit.ly/dive into AI. All right. Um, so I switched up my hair. I don't know if you guys noticed. People have been commenting about my hair. So, new hair, who this? But I just for my ladies that are into like natural hairstyles. So this is a blowout, and like I blew it straight and wore it straight for a few days, but it was kind of like misting and it was starting to like puff up a little bit. So these are actually like Bantu knots. I did, or a Bantu knot out. So I like twisted my hair, like not flat twist. I don't know how to explain it, but I like twisted my hair and then I put it in Bantu knots. So that's how I was able to get the style. People have been asking me about this, but I think it is so cute. I'm gonna have to rock this for a minute because I quite like it. I quite like it. So if you want the link to the video that I followed on YouTube, hit me up. I am happy to share that. Won't be hoarding that information. But let me get into this prompt, guys. So what my goal is, I was kind of talking about that earlier, is I want, as in, like, I've heard all sorts of things. And again, I want to free some people. I want to free up some of your time. I want to help you earn some extra money because there's possibly way, or not possibly, there are ways that you can monetize the use of this tool. So I want to make sure that you guys are really learning how to use this tool. Excuse me. And not being afraid of it and really, getting in here. So let me share this guide that I put together. And hopefully this is going to work this time. Okay. So I think I have to move myself over here. All right. So I think I'm good there. You guys can see me. Hey, Keith. Good evening. How's it going? If you guys can see me and everything kind of looks right, let me know in the comments. Because it's a little. I have two screens, but okay. I think we're good. I'm gonna move this over here. All right. Yeah, we're good. Okay. I got to work a little backwards today. But so the prompt guide contains some resources for how you can get started with ChatGPT, as well as how to use the guide. So it kind of just goes through it. And then there's 35 prompts that I included here. So it's for a variety of tasks. So we have a prompt for you to brainstorm ideas, to help you with business strategy, coding help, like if you are trying to learn to do some type of code, if you want to do competitive analysis or something like that, contract review. There's all sorts of good prompts in here. There's 35 prompts that can help you get started with using ChatGPT. So hopefully my mic is clear. It's like right up on my mouth. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I'm sure you would have said something in the comments. So that's kind of what I want to share with you tonight. So, and I want to show you how I use, so perfect example, I have been having challenges with my car. So General Motors, Buick in particular, I'm giving you guys the stink eye because I'm not a happy camper right now. So I want to share what I have been doing, like how I use ChatGPT just yesterday to write a letter. So this is an example of like how you can use ChatGPT. So this is what I said. I gave it my backstory. I need your assistance with writing a letter to General Motors and Buick. Can you please draft this letter as a business communication? So I explained the purpose of my letter to let them know that I wanted to complain about poor quality of manufacturing and the quality control process because I purchased a brand new Buick Encore. And when I first drove the vehicle off the lot, I had issues. Like the next day, I had to get my car towed back to the dealer. So that was super frustrating. And so then here recently, the check engine light came on, and I shared that in the letter. So I explained that it was a huge inconvenience. So this is the letter that ChatGPT wrote for me. So they found the customer service department in the PO box, and I looked up this PO box to verify, and the PO box that's online was like 33172. So this was fairly accurate. So that's the thing. That's tip number one. When you get ChatGPT to do work for you, you always want to verify trust but verify. So in this particular case, there's a different PO box number on their website, but this was really close. Like this is 33,170, and I think on their website it was like 33,172. So everything else was correct. So just kind of verify, but it goes into the little business letter that dear General Motors and Buick customer service, I hope this letter finds you well. So it starts off nice. Oh, so you can see in my prompt, let me scroll back up real quick. I said please use a friendly but firm style in communication in communicating my issues and requests. So it says, I hope this letter finds you well. I am writing to address a series of issues I've encountered with my brand new 2022 Buick Encore. While I am a proud owner and advocate of GM products, my recent experiences have been rather disheartening. To begin, the very first day I drove the vehicle off the dealership's lot, it presented problems. I found myself needing a tow truck the next morning as the car refused to start. Upon inspection, it was determined that a crucial part wasn't seated properly in the engine. This is quite surprising and distressing, especially for a vehicle that has no previous ownership and fresh off the lot. So it kind of, gives the rundown. And then fast forward 15 months later, I'm yet again facing challenges, blah, blah, blah. I understand the manufacturing challenges and defects can arise in the industry, but it is in response to these challenges that truly defines a brand and its customers, blah, blah, blah. So it gave me a very robust letter. So, I read it just to make sure that it was factual, which it was. Um, I also, it said I would not only address my personal inconvenience, but also reaffirm my trust in GM and the Buick brand. So I think it did an amazing job with being professional and capturing, what my request was, and made me sound good and not sound, like somebody that's going off that they possibly won't want to deal with professionally. I didn't want them to write me off. I want them to take me seriously. So I think this letter allowed them to take me seriously, or at least I think. We'll see how this goes because this was just yesterday. So this is an example of how you can have ChatGPT write a professional communication for you. So who would find this helpful? If you would, if you think this is helpful, drop a comment down in the chat because I think this is super helpful. Um, okay. So next, I see some thumbs up coming. Awesome. So next, let me see. Okay. So this is the prompt guide. It's a PDF download. So Leanna said yes. Keith said yes. Awesome. So this is the PDF download of what the prompt guide will look like. So this just kind of gives you an introduction and welcome. And then oh, that says Midjourney. I need to fix that because this is ChatGPT prompt guide. So bear with me, y'all. I got to get that updated. But then it has like all of your prompts here. So all you would do is just copy and paste this and plug it into ChatGPT. So we would just copy the paste. So this is for brainstorming. And then we could just start a new chat and paste. So I'm looking for innovative ideas in the whatever market. Can you brainstorm some potential concepts? So let's say I am looking for some innovative ideas in the healthcare quality industry because that's what I do. So, in my full time job, can you brainstorm some potential concepts for 2024? Let's see what it says. Certainly. And see how fast it does it? That's what I love about ChatGPT. It's so fast. And I need to, there are some people over on LinkedIn that are engaging with me and it's not showing up on my screen here. So let me see. So, hey James, good evening. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. And hi Sally. Thank you for tuning in. So, let's look at what this says. So, predictive analytics for patient risk stratification develop sophisticated AI algorithms to predict patient risk by analyzing electronic health records. So, that is a great idea because I know that hospitals and healthcare organizations are trying to implement AI. I know some of the vendors are trying to implement AI. I know we use Epic at my employer, as do a lot of other healthcare organizations. And I do know that Epic is trying to roll in, or not trying to, but they are rolling in artificial intelligence. I know one of the tools is called Nebulous, and I don't think it's quite ready, but I know that they are building in, algorithms, and there are other tools besides Epic, but they review like the live data, like blood pressure, other, various indicators, heart rate, EEG, like brainwave function, like all these different things, like they assess like the fall risk, and there's a whole bunch of other variables that go into analyzing, patients, and they pull this information from the electronic health record. Sometimes, I guess, if they have access to genetic information, and they can determine what disease processes patients are at risk for. If they're outpatient, like if they're not in the hospital, but if they're in the hospital, it can give you indications like if a patient is more or less likely to develop diabetes or develop strokes or be a fall risk and all this other stuff. And so it helps with like early detection of patients that are at risk for chronic diseases. So I think this is a great idea that you could explore, with your team, depending on what it is that you do in healthcare. Remote patient monitoring expansion. I know that's like a big deal with like wearable technology. I know a lot of organizations are, or I know like a lot of insurance companies are allowing patients to do the continuous glucose monitoring. So that's an example. Like if you wear it on your arm or something like that, that's an example of remote patient monitoring. And there's other devices that you can use for remote patient monitoring too, like blood pressure cuffs, the little handheld, the manual blood sugar monitors, and there's all sorts of stuff. There's like rings that can track your sleep, track your respiration rate, track your oxygen level, like the pulse oximeters, which became really popular, during COVID to help monitor people's oxygen levels. So there's all sorts of stuff that AI can assist us with in terms of like monitoring the feedback that comes from these devices. And telehealth 2.0, um I guess that's like the next phase of like video visits and telephone visits and stuff like that. Blockchain for healthcare integrity. I'm still I'm still struggling to understand blockchain. I mean, I know that it has to do with like cryptocurrency, or cryptocurrencies are built on the blockchain, but I hear the blockchain has other applications. I'm not super familiar with that. I think there's going to be more to come about that. Personalized medicine through genomics, I think, is a up and coming field that's actively being worked, and I think it's something that we're going to hear more about in the coming years. Advanced robotics and surgery. So these are all great ideas. So if you ever just need to kind of like brainstorm something with your colleagues, like if you guys are responsible for business development in your organization, these are some great, concepts that you could mull over. So this is one way that I highly recommend that you could use ChatGPT. So for people that are business owners, let's run this prompt back. Um, Instead of saying innovative ideas for the healthcare industry, let's run this prompt again. Say I'm looking for innovative ideas um, for marketing my business. I'm gonna say tax preparation because we're getting ready to go into that season in a couple of months. Look for innovative ideas for my tax preparation business. Can you brainstorm some potential concepts for the upcoming season? And let's see what we get. See how it happens so fast? It's still thinking. Okay, let's see what we got. So for a tax business, how many ideas did it give us? Is it still going? Okay, so it gave us 18 ideas. So this is a lot. But tax prep list challenge, checklist challenge. So this would be like a great content idea. So you could create a checklist and maybe share one item on the checklist every day. You could build your email list with this because you could give it away like as a freebie to help people like with their end of year tax planning. Make sure you get, your documents from your employer. Make sure that you're gathering up all of your receipts. Oh, well, this is for business owners, but like make sure tell people to make sure they're gathering up all their receipts and all of their particulars that you need for your tax preparation. Referral incentives. So you could maybe offer if people refer somebody, they get $25 off their preparation, or they get some sort of finder's fee or something like that if they refer business for you. Content marketing, produce valuable content that addresses common tax questions. So that could be like you could use ChatGPT to write blog posts for your business about tax law changes, tips for maximizing returns. So this is great information because it actually gives you topics and it recommends hosting webinars or live Q&A sessions to engage with people, and that could be a way that you could build your email list because just like I'm doing tonight, I'm having, a Q&A session, I'm doing a live stream, and I'm also building my email list because I'm offering people the opportunity to get my exclusive AI toolkit. I'm going to be offering the prompt guide. So these are, great business generators for our people that are entrepreneurs and own businesses. It recommends that you could partner with local businesses to offer their employees a discount for your service. So that's a good idea because if you're able to partner with a longstanding business, like if they have a bunch of employees and you give them a 10% off discount, that might incentivize those employees to, do business with you, and they come back year after year and they refer their friends and whatnot. So that's a great idea to partner with local businesses. Early bird specials. Um, you can give people discounts, like if they book with you earlier in the season, like February when the W-2s first drop, as opposed to, waiting until April 15th or whatever the deadline is going to be for 2024. Tax season kickoff event, social media advertising, interactive tax savings calculator. I'm not really sure what that is. Offer an online tool that calculates potential tax savings to engage website visitors and capture leads. So that's a great idea. Um, I wonder if something like that exists. Let's see. Is there an example for number 8? Can can you recommend a resource? So it's going into detail on how to create this resource. And I'm just using the basic default ChatGPT 4. So I don't have browsing with Bing engaged. But when you have browsing with Bing engaged, it can give you actual like links to resources. So I think I am going to try that. So what I'm going to do, just to demonstrate how you do that. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to copy this section. And I'm going to start a new chat. And what we are going to do is, instead of using the default settings, we're going to do browse with Bing. Okay, so that's engaged. So I'm just going to paste this information here that it gave me. And I'm going to say, can you please provide some links to resources that already have tax savings calculators or an open source tool. So let's see if it gives us some references. So it's still, yep, so it's going to search the internet now. And I just want to check and see how our people on LinkedIn are doing. And if you guys have any questions, please drop them down in the chat. I am happy to answer them. And while this is working, I wanted to get your thoughts like on a if you have any specific needs for a prompt guide, let me know what industry you're in and I can come up with like a comprehensive prompt guide for that particular industry. Because so far I have one for professionals and business owners, and it has where you can enter your industry in to get more specific information, like from ChatGPT. But the one of the tricks to using ChatGPT is the more specific your request, the better the response that you will get. So I want to encourage people to share like the industry that they're in and like how they need help, like examples of help that they need, and then I can get you some more specific prompts and give you some more guidance. Or if you guys are really new to chat gpt or want to do like a strategy session, you can book a strategy session with me as well. And let me grab the link while chat gpt is running. Let me grab the link for that, where you can book some time with me if you are interested. Let me just find, here it is, and I'll drop that in the chat. And I don't think my comments are showing up in LinkedIn. So I'm going to have to grab this and post this in LinkedIn as well. Doo, doo, doo. Okay. All right, let's go back and see what ChatGPT is up to. I think it gave us some resources. Yep, it did. Okay, so it gave us, I found several resources and open source projects that might be helpful in implementing a tax savings calendar as described. Below are some of the resources. So they recommended H&R Block, NerdWallet, Tax Calculator, State Farm's Tax Calculator, Charles Schwab. So it depends on, I guess, how you would want to spend that. Like if you wanted to share that with your customers, you could do that because you could just create like a one-page guide and email that to your list, but it'd be like for Charles Schwab or Nerd Wallet or something like that. So that probably wouldn't take away business from you. But if I were a tax professional, I wouldn't share H&R Block's tax calculator because you don't want them to end up in H&R Block's business funnel and H&R Block take away business from you. But probably somewhere like Nerd Wallet, I don't think has. I don't think they prepare taxes, so that might be a viable option if you aren't looking to build your own tool. So the open source tools would be something that if you have the tech savvy to build it yourself, that's something that you could build yourself, or that's something that you could engage a developer to build for you for probably a fairly reasonable price. And if you wanted to do something like that, you could go to like Fiverr.com or Upwork.com to hire a professional to build that out for you on your website, like if that's an idea that you wanted to pursue. So I thought those were great recommendations from ChatGPT on how you could be innovative with your marketing as a tax professional. So let's see what else they gave besides that. Create engaging video content. So that goes without saying. So I know that, well, I won't say that goes without saying. I think a lot of people have fear like around doing video. You guys that are here tonight, drop a comment and let me know like if you have fear around doing video, particularly like my business owners, because I feel like video content is a great way to get in front of your audience, to show them that you're a real person. It allows you to connect with them, build community, establish like loyalty and trust. Like if you, just like I'm doing this 12-week dive into AI live stream. So my goal is to like establish trust and also expose people to ChatGPT and to AI tools, because like I said, I am a firm believer in these tools. This is, I won't even say it's the wave of the future. It's the way of now. And particularly like my Gen Xers, I strongly feel that we need to, learn these tools and be proficient in them in order to stay, marketable in the marketplace. Like my Gen Xers, like a lot of us, we went to college. Like a lot of us still have, student loan debt, or we may not be where we want to be financially, or we might, have some more, runway, or we might want to build some more padding into our retirement. We're not at retirement age yet, but it's definitely past time for us to be thinking about whether or not our retirement, is well situated. So I think that it's important for us to stay marketable, stay open to how we can increase our income, and learning AI tools is one of the ways that we are going to be able to do that. Um, in order to stay competitive. Because I mean, some of us are in jobs that, like, where I grew up, I'm from Flint, Michigan, and my father worked in the shop when I was coming up, and that was very common. A lot of families, their parents worked in the shop. You would go, to the shop and work for 30 years and retire. You had the opportunity to make overtime. I won't say it was a cushy job because that's not the right word, but it was very stable. It created, financial stability. I think they have, pretty good retirement. I'm not really sure because my father passed many years ago. But I think they have, pretty solid retirement. But the Gen X generation, which I'm a part of, we don't have, like, a lot of us don't have that same type of, um, I won't say work stability, but a lot of companies don't offer like retirement plans and pensions and stuff like that, where you do your 30 years and you come out with some sort of, great retirement or pension. A lot of us are a part of the generation where we have to contribute to our 403b or our 401k or whatever. A lot of our retirement is contingent upon us making smart decisions and making good money and, stacking away for our retirement as opposed to the employer just contributing to it for us and us being set after we do 30 years. A lot of us have portable retirements where we can take it from employer to employer. But part of being portable and marketable is staying up on technology and really being proficient in this stuff. So that's why I'm really advocating for people that are in my generation to learn AI. So if I'm making sense, like drop a heart in the comment, give me a thumbs up, something like that. I want people to understand why this is important and also how to use these tools. So I know that was kind of a rant and I'm sorry, but let's get back on track. As you can see, I feel I'm super passionate about this, like super passionate. So let's get back on track with the recommendations for this tax preparer. So create engaging video content. We kind of talked about that, but like yeah, for my business owners, that's super important. Like if you could do some FaceTime, with the camera, that's really helpful with establishing credibility. It kind of depends on what your business is, but that's super important for helping establish credibility with you and your community, your customers. Email marketing. So I taught a master class, I think it was in July, on email marketing, like how to build your email marketing sequences. So you can go into ChatGPT, and I am not going to share that whole thread with you guys because it was a part of a paid masterclass that I offered. So I don't want to um, cheat my clients that paid for the material and share it with you guys for free. But basically, what we did in that class was I gave them a document where they could write out the type of business that they have, a particular product or service that they offer, and we created an email sequence around that product with the ultimate call to action to buy that product. So we did that. We started like with a Google Sheet, so they had to fill in some information, and then we input that information into ChatGPT and had it draft us an email. And then after it draft that initial email, you kind of look at it and tweak it to your liking, give it your style and tone, and then we had ChatGPT create 4 more emails to give us a complete sequence. So we had a 5 email sequence that brings a customer in like into your funnel. Like if you brought them in via a lead magnet or whatever, like the email number 1 is like, hi, I'm Meredith, welcome to my company. This is what we do, this is who we serve, blah blah blah, all the way up through email number 5, where you're asking people, to click the buy button to buy my thing, to buy my product or service, or book time with me. So that is very helpful. ChatGPT is extremely helpful for that, and it's very helpful with getting good open rates, helping you create engaging subject lines like pre-header text, all of that stuff. ChatGPT is amazing with that, and you can really customize um, your email copy and all of that stuff right here in ChatGPT. So the next thing it recommends is a loyalty program. So that sounds like a good idea. Mobile tax preparation service. So this is just kind of giving you ideas for what you could do to be innovative with your marketing. So I don't know if I'm trying to think, have I heard of mobile tax preparation? But that sounds kind of cool. I guess you go by people's houses or maybe send a courier by or something to pick up their paperwork if they aren't able to get into your office, or maybe they're elderly or not tech savvy or something like that. But they need to get their taxes done, so you could send somebody out to pick up their paperwork, or you just go to their home and knock it out, bang it out. Um, that's a good idea. Sponsorship and community involvement. So I guess that would be like you could take out advertisements with local sports teams, or do people still do program books? I guess we're kind of getting, outside is back open now. I guess we're kind of post pandemic. I guess you could say we're post pandemic now. So I guess live events are happening again. People having galas and all of that stuff. So they had those little booklets that you can advertise in and whatnot. Gamification of tax education. Develop a simple online game or quiz. So those games. So some of y'all are watching on Facebook. Y'all know people love to play games on Facebook and those little quizzes where you share like what is it, the OMG quizzes? You could do some sort of like tax education quiz. Like I don't know. I don't know why Donald Trump just came to mind. Probably because of tax evasion. You could have some sort of game like what type of tax client are you? Do you try to evade the IRS? Do you pay on time? That probably would be funny. I don't know if people would want to share that on their timeline because nobody wants to acknowledge if they're behind on their taxes. But I don't know. That would be an idea, some way to gamify. You could do a podcast or a blog series. I wonder, podcasts and blogs are effective, especially podcasts. I mean, blogs too, but they're really effective marketing tools. I wonder how exciting or sexy or interesting you can make a podcast series about taxes. But I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be sexy though, because that's one thing we all know. We're gonna pay taxes and we're gonna die. So people, whether it's sexy or not, people probably pay attention because most people want to save as much money as possible. So that probably would be a good topic for a podcast. Tax anxiety relief promotions, markets or services as a stress reliever with a relaxing office environment. Now that's different. That's innovative. I wonder how I wonder what that would look like. Let's see. Let's ask ChatGPT to expand on that thought. Please expand the idea for number 17 and give some examples. And then what's number 18? Collaborations with influencers. That's not a bad idea. I guess it kind of depends on how long your money is. Um I've seen those like on Instagram, some of the social media influencers. I know Kerwin Claiborne, I've seen him do tax preparation like ads on his Instagram. And who else have I seen do them? Kerwin Claiborne and somebody else. So I think that's definitely a viable option. I don't know how much they cost, but if you have like a local influencer to you, that's a good idea. So creating interactive, no, that's not what I want. Here we go down here. The tax anxiety relief promotions. So marketing messages, environment and ambiance, relaxing office space, offer a waiting area with comfortable seating, calming music, perhaps an aquarium or tranquil scene. I mean, that's an idea for, any tax preparers that might be tuned in, is to create like a tranquil environment. But hopefully you won't have your clients, waiting a long time. But I mean, maybe that's something that you could put in your office. Cause I know my tax guy, I'm trying to envision like his office, like if he had like a little like, those little Zen like sand trap things that you can rake, and maybe like a water fountain or something, like some sort of little tranquil noise, or I don't know. I don't know if that would make me feel any better about having to pay taxes. Probably not, but they do offer water and tea at my tax preparer's office. But that's actually a great tip though. Like if you're interested in attracting like higher clientele, if you have like nicer office space, people like that. People like to feel, pampered and bougie, especially when they're more inclined to spend more money when the environment is, posh and luxurious looking. Stress-free consultations. Ensure that the consultation room feels welcoming and serene. That's kind of what we were talking about before. Smooth onboarding. Simplify the client intake process with easy to fill forms and checklists. I mean, people like a person like me, like I like to do stuff online if possible. So if I could fill out some of my information online prior to getting there, that would appeal to me. But I guess everybody is different. You would have to know your audience and your customer avatar. Clear communications. Use layman terms to explain tax concepts. Yeah, because child, I don't know what these people be talking about. When I go to pay my taxes, I'm just like, how much, how much do I owe, or how much am I getting back? Let's see how are we doing on LinkedIn. I want to see if we have any more questions. So service add-on. So this is good. So you can have mindfulness sessions. That's getting a little woo-woo because I don't know. I can't see my tax professional having having a yoga studio. If it's that bad though, you might need yoga or go get a massage or some therapy or something. If you owe that much money, child, you might guess it wouldn't hurt to have some sort of like mindfulness practitioner or refer them to the Calm app or something if if their tax bill is going to stress them out. The same with relaxation kits. That's funny. So this is just an example of how ChatGPT can just help you brainstorm no matter what your profession is, no matter what type of business you have. You could take one of these prompts and just, go into ChatGPT and, brainstorm for your particular industry or business. So let me know if this is helpful to you. So let's do one more before we roll out because we are at the top of the hour. So I am going to grab this one about drafting presentations because I have done this before myself. So I am going to start a new chat. Move some stuff out of the way. I'm preparing a presentation about can you help me with the main points in a basic slide outline? So let's see. I am preparing a presentation, excuse me, about so I said I'm preparing a presentation about using AI tools to help me plan for 2024 in my business. Could you help me with the main points in a basic slide outline? So you see how it gives you your PowerPoint slides? So based on this agenda, we're going to talk about business plan, analyzing the market trends, predictive analytics, optimizing operational efficiencies, enhancing customer engagement, and assessing and mitigating risk. So I think this would be helpful. Um, and then it goes into the individual points on each slide. So defining artificial intelligence, overview of AI applications in business. So, I mean, this was a super, I just kind of did this on the fly. So, some of these are, basic, but I just want to show you how you can use this tool. You have to prime it and prompt it to your specific use case, but you want to make it as specific as possible. And when you do that, you're really going to get a solid outline that you can use. And you can always ask it to revise. Um, let's see. Just to show you an example of that. Can you please revise this? This is good. I like to be kind to my chatbot. This is good, but can you please revise this um, to more closely align with my role as a quality specialist for a lab where will be implementing AI tools like ChatGPT for our workflows. Please ask me any questions that would be helpful in order to get the best answer. So you see what I did there? So I'm asking it to revise, but I'm also asking it to ask me any questions that would be helpful in order to get me, closer to what I'm looking for. So I gave it some revision criteria, like to more closely align this with the work that I do. So let's see. Girl, you trying to make me do a bunch of work, ain't it? So, so it asked me 7 questions. Let's see what these questions are. What are the main objectives you aim to achieve with the implementation of AI? Implementation of AI. Are there specific quality control or assurance challenges you are facing? What are the expected benefits and outcomes from integrating AI into your lab workflow? Are there any other AI tools besides ChatGPT you are considering? Would you like to focus on any regulatory or compliance aspects pertaining to the use of AI in the lab setting? That's a great question because we do have compliance standards that we are expected to meet. Are there particular sections or topics you want to delve into deeper based on audience interest or expertise? And do you have any case studies or real world examples that you'd like to incorporate into your presentation? So I think these are great questions. I'm not going to answer them here because we are out of time for tonight, but I think that these are really helpful to help you stay on track. It gives you additional information to consider, like whether or not you want to incorporate that into your presentation. And then once you answer these questions and get back to, ChatGPT with your answers, it will refine your presentation for you. So that's what I love about this tool because it helps expand my thinking, especially, when I'm stuck. Sometimes I don't really know what to say. So I did a gap analysis earlier this year for a project I was, something at work. And I asked ChatGPT to help me with the gap analysis. And it was great because I had to do a presentation of the gap analysis findings. And so it was helpful with helping me come up with the content for that presentation. So again, I just want to encourage you guys to get into the tool and play around. If you are interested in the prompt guide, I invite you to let me come back. Okay. I invite you to get on our email list so that you can I'm going to be dropping the guide tomorrow. So let me share this. Yep. So if you get my exclusive toolkit, you will get the email tomorrow with the link to purchase the prompt guide. So I'm excited for you guys to get that in your hands because I think it'll be really helpful in helping you get started with how to talk to ChatGPT because the more specific questions you ask it, the better the results that you will get. So if there aren't any more questions, I am going to wrap up for tonight. But super excited that you guys are here. I'm glad that you guys tuned in tonight. And next week is the final week of this series, Dive into AI with Meredith. I'm going to be coming back in the new year. So ask me your questions. Let me know what topics you want me to cover in the new year. I think that I'm going to be moving the stream over to YouTube, like just kind of streaming on one platform to kind of build out that community there, build out the engagement there. But you guys will be on my email list and we'll be able to converse back and forth. And I'm thinking about doing office hours once a month. So let me know in the chat if you guys would be interested in doing office hours. Those would be held via Zoom. Where you could come in and ask your questions and we kind of chat about any new tools that you're playing with, any particular problems you have that you need help with, that you think AI might be able to help you solve, but you aren't really sure how to, get the answers out of the tool. So let me know. And I look forward to seeing you guys next week. Have a good evening, y'all. Happy Friday Eve. Have a great, great weekend. I will see you guys next Thursday.